Anybody who's following this whole Nicholas Jackson saga would forever remember this phrase, and I think it's going to go down in ages. We are not going back. The plane doesn't go backwards. And I'm going to tell you why that was this year, what got us this terminology. Has been Chelsea's main striker going into 2 seasons now, but then he's not had a very bad, it's just bang average or below average for the amount Chelsea spent in him. And if you guys would remember the episode we just had last week Monday, where we spoke about how clubs treat players. So Chelsea sees no need for Nicholas Jackson. They buy in 2 new strikers. One new striker is performing, and then they say, "Oh, Jackson, we don't have any use for you." Earlier this month, Enzo Maresca said that this is after Jackson wanted to move from the club. The manager said he's training with us, but he's not going to involve. You know the situation already. The transfer window is open. He can leave, and we will see. But essentially, this is not a nice thing to say. I know people say, "Well, Jackson made the move first," but this is not a nice thing to say to a player who's still in your club. So Chelsea decided to ship Jackson off. And guess who comes paying? Bayern Munich on a loan deal. But then things get weird. 2 games into the new season, the striker brought to replace Nicholas Jackson gets injured. You know, yesterday I was having a conversation with a friend and said Drogba would be proud. Because Senegal for Monsorio Masore. The gods in Senegal, they have spoken. And Lilian Delap gets injured means, yeah, we had 2 strikers, but then one is gone. And then Chelsea just calls off the loan. So Jackson is in the skies going to Germany. Chelsea calls it off and like, "Massa, even though we didn't put you in our squad, come back." And that is what led us here, because the manager of Nicholas Jackson is not having it. Nicholas Jackson says, "I'm trading my sorrows. I'm trading my shame. I ain't going back today. I ain't going back tomorrow." But then you see, this is where it gets funny. It's a loan, and Chelsea has an obligation to sell. So does Bayern have an obligation to buy. So what do our good people in Bayern Munich say? Bayern Munich says 999999999999. Jackson, go back to London. Pack your cuckoos and kakas. Go back to London. But you see, I feel bad for Jackson. But then also, the responsibility is to be placed on Bayern Munich. If Bayern Munich really needed Jackson, do you think they will not take an arm and a leg to get him? They clearly didn't want him. That's why they want him back in London. So Jackson, come back home. Brafie.